This is going to be a quick little video I wanted to make for you guys on how to send out blast emails safely from Credit Money Machine. Remember, sending out 100, 200, 1,000, 5,000 emails all at once from your email address, or not through a system that was like a MailChimp or something, can get your domain blocked. So yeah, there's things you can do to protect your domain, like running through an SMTP relay and all that kind of stuff. But also, if you don't have all of that, there's things you can do in Credit Money Machine to still send out like a blast announcement to certain people in your system, affiliates, your clients, whatever the case, without putting your domain at risk, or at least lessening the chances of that happening. I in fact did that tonight, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm going to show you guys just a couple cool things you can do in Credit Money Machine. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to kind of quickly group, filter your database, or find the people you're going to send the announcement to. Okay, so right now you guys see I've got 6,400 records in my software. Okay, I've got all of those selected, as you can see where my mouse is up here. I'm going to go ahead and search for sample records. Okay, so we'll just do that to narrow my list down to 41 contacts here. So now I've got 41 contacts listed. Let's pretend that that's 400. Okay. Do I want to send 400 emails or 4,000 emails even all at once? Probably not, because that will more than likely blacklist me or create a red flag with wherever my email is being hosted, and it could shut my email down. So to send out a blast email, the first thing I do is I find the list. So I've got 41 people here, okay? And I'm going to put them into a group by going to Group Contacts, which is this icon here. You can also find it under the drop-down Group Contacts. What I'm going to do is put them into what's called a to-do group, okay? So you see that right here. And I'm going to clear these out real quick. Make sure I don't have any other stuff in there first, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add those 41 records that I found to this to-do group. Okay, so I have to-do and done. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to hit the plus sign right there. The plus sign takes all 41 records I have selected up here and adds it to this group. And you'll see I can just scroll to the first record, number 1 of 41, and it's marked, and number 41 of 41, and it's marked. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a small portion of that list to create emails for and send out a quick blast. Okay, so to do that, see where it says next to do and the number 50? Let's pretend that I've got 400 records here, and I'm going to send out 100. So I'm going to break this list into 4 equal lists. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll pretend, like I said, it's 400 and I'm putting 100 in here. What I did was add the number of records I want to select out of this to-do group. Okay, so I'm going to hit next to do. Look what it did. It selected 10 records out of that group. Okay, and now I'm going to go select the email that I'm going to send out, and I'm going to send it to us, that selected 10 records, or in our imaginary world here, 100 records. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to go to the template manager and find the email that I want to send out. Okay, so here's an email template I've got selected. This is actually the one I sent out tonight on behalf of George. Some of you guys may have gotten it. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to hit, so I've got my email selected. I'm going to go to Email Template, and when this little menu pops up, instead of hitting Instant, which is normally what I do, I'm going to hit Normal. Normal allows me to send to the current record or the selected 10. Right, 100, 500, whatever it is. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to ask me, do you want it to use the personalization, the merge tags, or you want it to go send out without? I'm going to say with, and what it's doing right now is literally creating those 10 emails. Okay, so in our imaginary world, it just created 100 emails for me. Now I'm going to go to the email system to see, because it's got those emails created and ready to be sent in my outbox. I just got to go tell it, yeah, it's okay to send. So we'll do that. I use Control-5, a shortcut, to go to the email system, and I'm going to go to Show to Send Outbox. There's my 10 emails. Okay. Now, what you're going to notice here is it's the same email. I told you guys I was sending the same email to all 10 people, but look at my subject line is different, okay? Slightly different. That's because I spun the template, the subject line, so that it's creating a random version of the subject I want. All subjects are appropriate. I made sure of that. But now, when I send out 100 emails all at once, and I hit the send button to send them all, so we'll send all 10 of these right now. So you can see it's pounding through all these emails. And done. Okay, it sent out all 10 of those emails, or all 100 in our case. We can go back to the contact records here. And what I wanted, the reason I was talking about the subject line being spun, guys, is that I just sent out, let's say, 100 emails, but maybe only 15 of the emails had the same exact subject line, okay, or 20 of them. Now I'm not creating a red flag. It doesn't look like spam to the hosts, and I got to send out the announcement that I wanted to my database, to my affiliates, to my whoever. Okay, now that I just sent out 1/4, or 1/4 of the list, right? Because again, we're pretending that we have 400 and I just sent out 100. So now how do I know what the next 100 are that I need to send? Very easy. This to-do group, what I'm going to do now is that those 10 records that I have selected are going to be added to my done. So I'm going to go like this and hit the plus sign. Now those are in the done. That's what's been done. And I'll subtract them from the to-do group. Okay. Now I'll click here to recall the to-do group. And you'll notice it's eliminated those first 10 records from the to-do list, meaning that's I only have 33 left to go. So now I repeat the process, right? Template manager. Oops. Let's go back. I skipped a step. I'm going to hit my next to do, so I'm going to take that 33 down to 10 again. So now you see it's back to 10 up there. It's the next 10 in the set. And I repeat the process. Email, normal, selected. There's the 10 records. Continue. With personalization, without personalization. We'll go with. Boom, here we go again. It's creating the next 10 emails, or 100 emails, again, if you've got that many records. Okay? I go to my email outbox, Control 5 to get to my email system, and I go to Show to Send Outbox. It's going to show me those emails. Now you'll notice there's not a full 10. Well, that's because those other records didn't have email addresses. So it's not going to create emails when there's no email address. It's skipping those records. So here's the 5. I hit send, they go out, I repeat that process. Okay, so I'm going to delete these. I don't need to resend all these. But you guys get the point. Now I come here, right? Here's the record that I was left off on. I'm going to go ahead and add those records to the done list and remove them from the to-do list, just like that. Then I recall, and now my list should be 28. Then it'll be 18, then it'll be 10, then it'll be 8. And once I'm done, I know I sent out all those emails. I got to see them. I got to visualize the emails. Really cool little feature that I use all the time to send out announcements to my clients, to send out specific marketing emails or announcements to specific groups within my database. So hopefully this is a useful tool for you guys. Really easy to use. The important part is creating the email template first, understanding who you want to send to, creating your group, which isn't hard like you saw, and then using the to-do groups to kind of segment it so you're not sending too many emails at once and getting yourself blacklisted. Okay? I'll show you one more quick thing, and that is the actual subject line and how to spin it, right? So here's what I did. Here's my spin. You see the little symbol there, right? I don't know what they call it, but that's the symbol you use to outline what you're going to spin, and then you use just the standing, like the line break between the different versions of what you want. So you see I have ECS, Expert Credit Systems, GW, ECS, and then I have New Year's all by itself because that's going to be the same every time. And then I also spun the last part of the subject line with announcement, update, or news. So what that's going to do is it's going to use a combination of any one of these in this box here and a combination of any one of these to completely randomize the subject line and allow me to send this template out in a mass group. I sent this out to 1,200 email addresses today, and it took about 45 minutes to do that in 99 emails at a time. So I did it. I repeated the process you guys saw 12 times, basically, sent out 1,200 emails as an announcement to our database. Pretty cool.